What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy BT, and today we've got a serious problem here. So after purchasing this house, we noticed that when the water was running, after a certain amount of time, it started to drip, and it would not stop dripping. Now, it's not dripping because the piping is necessarily messed up, but it's dripping because I believe there is a clog somewhere downstream on this particular drain. So what we're going to do here, we have a drill-powered drain auger here. Pick this up at Harbor Freight. But you can get this thing basically anywhere online. This one, it allows you to hook it up to the drill. So we just pull this off right here. And then we're going to hook this piece, this end here, up to the drill. Get that nice and snug. And then we're just going to go ahead and snake it down the drain and see if we can get this thing unclogged. Alright, so first what we're going to do is we're going to unscrew this pipe right here. So that will give us access into the drain here. See, that thing is leaking pretty bad. The water is just trapped there. It just keeps coming out. And it's not working out pretty good. So we got that taken out there. So now we're going to go ahead and snake through that hole right here. Go down into the drain and see if we can't get that thing unclogged. Alright, so we're going to go ahead, get this thing set down here into the drain, and see what we get. Alright, so here's some of the mess that came out on that snake. So we're going to go ahead, refit this back together, and see if there's any change in the behavior of this drain. And we'll go from there. Alright folks, it looks like this clogged drain is not going to be something we're going to be able to solve here. But if you do have a small clog, something like this is a 25-footer, it'll do the job just fine. It looks like there's some more, a little bit more aggressive damage done, maybe a little further down the line. Either we're going to have to get a plumber in here with a machine or something, but it seems like there's something down in the drain that is not allowing the water to flow out. So this is why the water never makes it out. It just keeps backing up until it completely makes a mess on the floor here. So yeah, we're going to have to resume this at a later date.
So as you can see from the previous footage, I was not able to resolve the issue with the clog. So we brought in a plumber to come and unclog the drain. So he comes in with his hefty machine, and here he is going to work. So he went ahead, he worked the machine. He said he got about 60 feet into the drain before it was stuck, so to speak. So he mentioned there might be an issue with oil that was poured in this drain. So he gave us a quote for a hydrojetting service of a low cost of $995. And that's when I said, it's time to get back to work again. So we went and did some research, and here is what we found out. You can actually do this at home too. Let the tape roll.
All right, so here we go. Here is the original jet snake. It is rated for gas pressured washers up to 2.8 gallons per minute for water up to 160 degrees Fahrenheit. So we are going to go ahead and give this baby a go. So let's get it opened. So this is a 100 feet run here. This is what we're going to use. Try to get this cleared out. So we got some tips here. Okay, they give you a little nozzle cleaning tool there. So here is what's on the end here. We have this screw point right here. So here's the other connector. You can hook this up to the pressure washer itself, the front tip there, and send your pressure out that way. So we're going to go ahead and get our pressure washer set up, but before we do that, we need to unhook these disgusting traps right here. We're going to get a bucket set under there, and we're going to hope that this does the job and gets this disgusting drain cleaned out once and for all. Alright, so there's the hole right there. We're going to be feeding it through that hole. Hopefully we can get the drain cleaned out as we send pressure to get rid of all that gunk and mess that's inside blocking the drain. So we're going to go ahead and get our jet snake hooked up to the pressure washer and start feeding it down there. Alright, so here's our pressure washer. We're basically going to be taking this inside, hooking up the snake onto that, and then using it to pressure out that drain. So you can see you can either hook it up here at this side or you can hook it into here. So let's go ahead and get this thing set up. Alright, so we've taken the tip off. We're going to go ahead and we're going to screw this in right here. Make it a little shorter and a little easier to work with. So with that in place, here is the tip that's going to do the magic spraying down that drain. So we're going to go ahead and start feeding this down into the drain, and then we're going to go ahead and get our pressure washer turned on and see what we get. So before we get started, just in case we get any backflow, make sure you start with an empty bucket. Alright, so we got our bucket empty, ready to go. We're going to set that in place. We've got our pressure running, so we're going to go ahead, grab our handle here, keep it close, get that pressure going as we feed this down the hole. And make sure you unwind it so you can get a nice straight feed into your drain. Alright, so it looks like we got a decent amount of blockage out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to retract this. We're going to empty out this bucket and go again for another round. Alright, so we went ahead and we pushed this in a couple times, emptied out the bucket, pushed it in. I think we have pretty good flow right here. It's been sitting for a while. There's no water coming back upstream, so I think it's fair to say we have successfully cleared the clog. So just an FYI, do not pour oil in your drain. Oil is not supposed to go into the drain. This is what caused this issue here. Luckily we were able to break this up, but yeah. And just for good measure, we're going to send it down one more time.
All right, so you can see here, this is the spray pattern that's going into the drain to help break up any of the clog that's in there. That's some pretty powerful stuff right there.
All right, so here it is. We are back up and running again. Everything is draining the way it's supposed to drain. Now, what I want to mention to you is that when I had the plumber come out thinking that they are the pros, they're going to be able to get this done, after he put his snake in, wasn't able to get it done, he did give me a quote for a hydrojetting service, and it came in at a whopping $1,000. So that's when I said, you know what, I'm going to take the risk. I'm going to buy this part here. I think it was about 200 or a little over 200 bucks for this jet hose. And so we were able to do that, get the lines cleared. As you can see again, everything is running perfectly normal, like it's supposed to run. So let's go ahead and get into some of the learnings of this DIY. All right, so I'm going to use my wheel to get a rough measurement as to how much we snaked before we got the drain clear. All right, we snaked just over 50 feet, so it looks like we're coming in roughly at around 52 feet. So we did 52 feet of jetting to get that drain cleared. So what are the key learnings in this process? Well, key learnings: make sure you take your hose and you unwind it before you start. Nothing worse than to be doing a run and get caught in a snag because the wire's not uncoiled all the way. And then also, you can use something like this to clamp the handle of the pressure washer right here. After you trigger it, you can clamp it in place so that you can use two hands to get the rest of the job done. So for right now, we're just going to hose this down, clean it up, but it feels good to have some progress here to finally get this drain cleared. Boy, I have no words as to how you get a drain that bad. It's your boy BT. Thank you for checking out this video, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.